Cool. So yeah, I would like to talk a bit more about. It's a terrible long title. Growing a partnership and mutual respect, the indie company and the chip manufacturer giant. Yeah, this is like. So I prepared 120 slides filled with a lot of infographics, photos of me and my family and friends. A lot of text, a lot of German expressions that you want to understand. No, it's actually this is just basically it's kind of a working title for me because it was kind of hard to express what I actually want to talk about. But most what you're going to hear most about over this talk is basically about how you can have a mutual business development relationship with a big partner as a small studio. And I'm just going to give some examples how Intel became that partner for us and what we did over the last 4 years. Just a quick, yeah, good, okay. So just really quick, who are we? I founded with my friend 6 years ago a video game studio in Hamburg, Germany. And we did a game called BEATBUDDY, which was rather successful. Not all the time. Most of the time it flopped like hell. But at some point it got very successful. Now it's actually doing more than ever. 2 years ago, just being out on Xbox One and Wii U, which is actually really cool. So never give up. Yeah, so never give up. So, and the basic idea is that we've been working very hard on this title, and the title won a lot of awards. As you can see, it's really hard to read. It's so funny. I mean, we could have written everything here. This is also like a trick for marketing. Just write in nominee, and nobody will ever read the award, because I think, I mean, this could have been nominee for best side actor in a porn movie or something like that. In 2011, nobody will give a shit. No, but those are real awards. Like, and I'm actually just going to highlight 2 of them that are the most important ones. Winner Intel Level Up Award 2012 for Best Art and Best Sound. And this is actually the first time where we got in contact with Intel, because we saw this award where you can hand in your game. It's called the Intel Level Up Award, and they basically were looking for demos. And they had a super cool jury, and they still have guys like John Romero were in it, and it felt like, okay, let's try it. We're just a German nobody studio with our first demo, so let's see what we can do. And actually, the jury liked our game, which was back then like a very early alpha. And we won those 2 awards, which was like super crazy for us, because they're all glassy and shiny and everything. But I think the most important stuff was not the awards, and it was also not the prize money. There was a little prize money involved. I think it was like $1,000 per category or something like that, which we immediately spent for flying over to the award show, which was at E3 in Los Angeles. And what actually happened, the cool stuff, is that we got a distribution deal on Steam by accident. Like, nobody knew that. It was not advertised. And back then in 2012, that was kind of like a big thing for an indie developer to be a publisher on Steam. But since all those demos that would eventually win, they would be on the Steam front page as the level up winners. Oh shit, was that even 2011? Okay. Might even, no, but it doesn't make any sense. It has 2012. So either Steam or me is lying. Anyways, we got the awards. I can prove it. I definitely have them. Anyways, the point is that we got our first chance to actually be real independent, but not only having a game, but also a possibility to self-publish it. And like, as you all know, Steam is a great platform for independent developers, and there's an awesome audience out there looking for interesting games and fresh new content. The other thing that was extremely good was the prize money about the flight, but I think I already said that. And the last thing that I want to talk about is this recognition that like we were nobodies. Like my grandma once said, "Wolf, you're a very nice guy." That was very nice of her, but this doesn't really help me to get any advantage, leverage in my career as a game developer, to actually get the trust from people to support you in your game, that press writes about it. Like, you need some partner that believes in you. Also, you don't have a track record inside the industry. So this track record, basically, Intel and the jury helped us to get this recognition. And after that worked out, which was extremely cool, because we also met Austin Wintory on stage, or actually backstage. He was conducting the score of Journey. And we basically asked him, hey, Mr. Wintory, we are those German dudes with this sound technology, patent pending, BEATBUDDY audio game. Could you imagine doing music for that? And he said, okay, I didn't understand a word, but I'm intrigued. So, and then basically that's also when that started, which was extremely cool. So then, basically what happened, how we got engaged for, because I thought it was just a one-night stand, right? That Intel would give us those awards, and then it's like, okay, bye, don't call me anymore, thank you. These awkward moments that happen in life. But actually, they wanted to have a real relationship with us. And I was thinking like, wow, why? What do we have? What can we do? What do we need to sign? And basically, we got approached over something called the Intel Software Partner Program, which is in the first step, basically, that Intel is supporting your studio with new hardware and stuff, so you can develop on related platforms. So I was actually looking a bit deeper into this whole Intel stuff. What is Intel doing? What do they want? What is their background? And I was just thinking, okay, so what interest could they have working with us? And now I was like trying to like comparing companies. Like, okay, so they're not really a startup. They're along for quite a long while, as we are. It's just 5 years. Then also about the employees, it's not really. I would call them a little bit corporate compared to our 5 employees. And then also from the revenue, I think I got this right, $55 billion. Sorry, compared to us with $300,000. So it felt a bit like, okay, so who's playing the roles here? But basically, how it all started in 2012 was first with this hardware partnership agreement, if you can call it that, that Intel would basically help us with the new Ivy Bridge laptops at that time, which was extremely cool, because as a small studio, sometimes you don't have the right systems to develop or to showcase the games, which is really, really crucial to get attention for your products. More important actually was the visibility that we got from Intel, because they were calling us from time to time and writing us emails about stuff which sounded like way too good to be true. So for example, oh, this is the wrong photo. This is the right photo. See, there was an artist joke, you know? Yeah. Oh, yeah, but I'm too German to explain it. I'm so sorry for that. That was unintentionally. Right. Okay. So, and I'm actually going to tell you the reason why I'm smiling like I just took a lot of crack. Is basically because we got invited to the Intel Extreme Masters. They had Intel is doing this roadshow of big esports tournaments, and I think it was the League of Legends final, and they needed somebody to go on stage and make a clown out of themselves for 10 minutes between the half final and the grand final. And I was just thinking, okay, so nobody knows us, nobody cares for us. So what could we do to entertain the crowd? And basically what we did then, and this is also after we did what we did, we basically had a slingshot on stage, and I brought our Dutch game designer, which I also didn't introduce. He was just a slingshot guy. And I was just telling some stories, and whenever somebody liked us on Facebook, Lawrence would shoot BeatBuddy plushies in the audience. And things gotten a bit wild, and I think in 8 minutes we got 2,000 Facebook likes. That was really, really cool, because like the first 150 Facebook likes or 300 Facebook likes took me like 2 years or 1.5 years, and the other 2,000 took me 8 minutes. So that was always something, okay, interesting, like worldwide stream, slingshot, that's definitely a system that I should keep in mind for further ideas. And then of course, GDC San Francisco, as we all know, is a very, very important show for all developers. It's basically where the industry meets each year. You can meet everybody from Reggie Fils to Miyamoto to a lot of people, if you're lucky, but you can really bump into anybody, and it's just like this big festival of game developers each year. And Intel gave us the chance to showcase there at the booth, something that we could never afford on our own. But we were able to talk to press and to a lot of partners, and that was really, really cool. And also here's like Austin Wintry that I talked about. We also had a chance to meet there because, like, yeah, he's obviously from the States. So there was another example of visibility. And then this, actually, I just found this on the internet. Isn't that crazy? If you Google my name, or if I Google my name, I find these pictures. It actually looks like I just had a coming out with BeatBuddy saying, no, I never touched him. This is a lie. Really, I never touched him. He touched me first, and then I have, yeah. So this was actually from this year. There's a TV show in the States, like an internet TV show called Vascal TV, and they were like Intel was basically bringing us together because they were looking for certain interview partners, and there was another thing where Intel helped us quite a lot. But we also been to Australia because of Intel, basically, because they offered us to be part of their show space. So BeatBuddy rode to Australia. That's my artist work, by the way. It's really crappy, but I think it gets the message. Yeah, so there was another really, really cool thing that happened about the visibility part. So that was like kind of like how the relationship, the partnership evolved first from hardware support, and since we seemed to like each other, we took it one step further to publicly go out and hold hands, which was really, really nice. But then there's actually, of course, more. It's about, I actually didn't know that it would turn out so sexually. Like that the elephant in the room is that I'm comparing us and Intel of being like a couple, taking it from one step to the other. So collaboration, yeah, is of course the next step. If you visibly show that you're together with somebody, you collaborate intensely. That was in 2014, so I wouldn't say we took it really slow, but it's, you know, it's good pace. So I'm basically one of our babies. Wow, it's so easy, really. It's just, I haven't planned this, but it's really easy. And yeah, okay, so one of the coolest collaborations was that we were asked if we wanted to do for BeatBuddy, since we have a touch version, but also a keyboard and a gamepad version, if you want to do something with the 2-in-1 ULTRABOOKs. And basically, you can play BeatBuddy per keyboard, and if you turn around the screen, it would say touch input detected, and then on the fly you can change the complete controls, for example if you're in the subway or whatever, and you can still play it by touch. And since I would say the touch controls, like I like the touch controls more than the keyboard controls, but that's up to everybody's opinion, we think that was really, really cool. And combined from that, we were also showcasing at the Indie Mega booth at Gamescom last year. So Intel was supporting us with, you know, like getting dev kits aligned and getting, I think they even supported us with the banner. Yeah, I think they supported us with the banner, as you can see here. But you know, I mean, this is all stuff a small company doesn't have, or they can't afford, but it definitely helps quite a lot to be taken seriously. So that was really, really cool. And actually, from that level to the collaborations, what would be the next step? Getting married or getting... Oh, that doesn't make any sense for my sexual... No. Anyways, the next step, because this is not based on some love story. So the next step is basically enabling... Oh, you can't read that. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it could be. Can you maybe help me with that? Yeah, no. that is also a good joke. Okay, so it says enabling basically that after we've been like getting support from a lot of developers and partners like Intel and a lot of people over our first years, we wanted to give some of this love back to the industry, to the young developers, and we wanted that they have better chances than we had when we started, I guess. especially in Germany, it's not super easy to be a developer because Germany used to be for a very long time just about German people develop German games for Germans because our house market is 84 million people strong, which where you can, this is maybe not one reason, but maybe also the reason why we are the country of simulators, the bus simulator, the hospital simulator, the I don't know how many simulators there are. But it was always like the German industry was able to survive on its own because they had the Germans buying their products. And so like in my opinion, we are kind of a bit behind of getting the international trend that for us Germans it's not so easy to compete on an international level. We are quite far behind when it comes looking at the Dutch or looking at the Finnish or Swedish developer. They never had a house market that they can just focus on, so they always look to the States, they always look to other regions, and they always network together. So, and the best networking that I learned from the industry was the Indie Mega booth in 2013 in Seattle, because it was basically it was also a bit hard to explain to people that are not in the industry. It's basically 90 competitors from all around the world that are fighting each other for sales on Steam. This is how people from outside the industry would see it. But the problem is, like, we're not competitors. Each of our games is so unique that, and we all love games, that we're actually supporting each other and teaching each other the way how to behave in front of other developers to cherish the game development, cherish the game production, and I was really amazed by that. So, and I want to bring something back with a couple of friends who started the Indie Arena booth, which is the German-speaking forum, or the Indie Arena is the German-speaking forum for game developers. And I wanted to bring something back, and we had this opportunity to make a big booth in 2015. So this year at Gamescom, but we only had like 2 months or 3 months or something like that, so it was very short time. And I basically asked Intel if they can somehow help us with, I don't know, like hardware, screens, however. And I think after 5 days or 4 days, and believe me, I talk with everybody, after 4 or 5 days, they already said, hey, we can give you screens, hardware, whatever you need, and we even, since you have bringing a big diversity of people together at your booth, we can support you with some extra money for your devs. And it's like, wow, this is like, but you don't even know if that's going to work out. Yeah, we trust you on that. It's going to be cool. We're working together with the Indie booths, the Indie Mega booths in the States since a couple of years, and they never let us down. So, and I was really happy that Intel had trust in us, because I hope we could give them after 5 years something back, because like people that would never think that a company like Intel, just like we did 4 years ago, would have an interest in small developers, could meet them on a personal level and could find out that they actually do care for developer, that they're super interested to hear what young developers doing with their tech. So I hope, okay, I mean, they gave us PCs, and we could also give something back to them just by introducing them to so many great developers that are so passionate that they came from 15 countries all around the world. So yeah, I'm very thankful for that, and I'm really excited to see on the enabling collaboration level what we can do next year together. And just really quick about us for next year. It's basically Threaks, Intel, a new BEATBUDDY Real Sense game, which we are currently working on, and we're very excited about that. So thanks so much for listening to my sexual references.